Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty interesting. The Nebula horoscope and astrology app.
Yeah, it's just right at that crossroads of like ancient beliefs and modern tech.
Exactly. And we've got this source analysis looking at everything from its features to user feedback. The goal here is really to figure out for you, does the reality match up with what they promise?
It's a great example of how apps build up this image of credibility.
Huh?
But sometimes that image doesn't quite hold up.
And Nebula promises a lot. I mean, it's not just your basic daily horoscope.
Oh.
They're talking detailed birth charts, compatibility stuff, palmistry readings even.
Lunar forecasts, tarot cards, a community feature. It's trying to be the one-stop shop for mystical guidance.
Pretty much everything you could think of, yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the stuff that makes it look good, the credibility markers.
Yeah.
Why might someone trust this app initially?
Right.
Well, first off, it's on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. That's a basic check, means it passed some kind of safety review.
Okay, standard stuff for a big app. What else?
Well, this is interesting. They actually list pretty comprehensive support details. Our source found an email, a phone number, even a physical address listed.
That does suggest they're not just some fly-by-night operation. It gives a sense of accountability.
It does. It suggests a more serious business setup compared to, apps that hide contact info.
Yeah.
And then there's the social media side.
Ah, yeah, the social proof aspect.
Massive. They're very active. And specifically on Instagram, they've got over, 550,000 followers?
Wow.
That's a lot of engagement. It looks like a thriving community, which builds trust. Plus, they claim features in major media.
Right.
Cosmopolitan, for one. The source confirmed that feature happened. So they've really worked on this outward appearance of legitimacy. Looks solid from the outside.
Okay, so they've built this really polished facade, but this is where our source material shows things kind of fall apart, right, when you look at actual users.
This is the jarring part. Despite all that effort, the user ratings are, they're bad.
How bad?
On the Play Store, it's only got a 2.1 star rating.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, it averages around 3 stars. That's really low, especially given the investment we just talked about.
A 2.1. Yikes. So what are people actually saying? Because the source mentioned it's very polarized.
Completely. It's a real mixed bag. On one side, you've got users complaining about scams, hidden charges being a big one, poor quality readings that feel generic.
And customer support being useless when they try to fix those billing issues,
Yeah.
right? That came up a lot.
Exactly. Major user frustration there. But then, on the other side, you have people raving about it.
Damn it.
Praising it for super accurate readings, really personalized horoscopes, finding it convenient, practical for making decisions, just totally opposite experiences.
So strange. Is it maybe the free content is good, but the paid subscription is where the problems kick in? The hidden charges, the cancellation issues.
That seems to be the pattern the source material points towards. Yeah. It suggests they're maybe really good at getting people in the door with decent free stuff.
The acquisition part.
Right. They nail the marketing, the appearance of legitimacy. But then they fall down on the actual paid service, the operations, the billing transparency, the retention part.
Which leads to those terrible ratings, despite the glossy exterior.
Precisely. It's like they put all the effort into looking credible from afar, but the close-up experience for paying users is often problematic.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. For you listening, if you're thinking about downloading Nebula, what's the main takeaway from the analysis?
I think the core advice is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Go in with your eyes open.
Proceed with caution, basically. Watch out for any unexpected charges. Manage your expectations about quality, especially if you decide to pay.
Absolutely. And that leads to maybe a bigger thought here.
Oh.
Well, if we accept that these kinds of tools like astrology apps aren't offering, absolute capital T truth.
Which is what our source suggests, yeah. Treat it as guidance or entertainment, not gospel.
Right. Then the real question for you becomes, how do you decide if any personalized insight, whether from this app or anywhere else, is actually useful? What makes it helpful guidance versus just, misleading noise, even if it's packaged really nicely?
That's the crucial step, isn't it? Applying your own judgment.
That's the challenge. Deciding what criteria matter to you when you're looking for direction in this digital age.